Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Jackson, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Donner drum pad with stand. Now this retails on Amazon for $59.99 US. Full disclosure, Donner did send this out to me to take a look at, but they're not seeing this video before it goes up, and I'm not being paid to say anything about the product, so it is my honest opinion. Huge thank you to Peter at Donner for sending this my way, and let's go ahead and start with this unboxing. To be honest, I've never actually opened a Donner product before. This will be a first time for me. It's probably a first time for many of you. So let's go ahead and start. I'm gonna cut the tape off here. And let's see how this thing is packaged. Just some staples here, just probably due to the weight of the stand. All right, so let's take this top part off. See if we can get all the tape. All right. So, inside we have the included carrying pouch, as you can see right here. Got the including carrying pouch. You've got the pairs of drumsticks and this cool little bag. So that's interesting. They even kind of give you this, it's kind of like a felt kind of material. It's got the Donner logo. If you can see right there. So this is pretty cool. I believe there's 3 pairs of sticks in here. I'm not sure what size. All right. Now we've got the drum stand right here. And then it appears that these are like moon gels or something. Or something similar, drum dampening like dots. Whatever you want to call it. And then you've got the practice pad itself, which comes in this nice little carrying case, which is pretty cool. So like, you're getting $60 worth of stuff in here. You know, a snare stand can easily run you $60 or way more, depending on what kind of snare stand you get. So I'm really interested to kind of test out the quality here of this stand. You know, these kind of moon gel-esque like drum dampening things, they usually run, you know, maybe for a pack of 6, that's what's in here. There's 6 of them in here. So for a pack of 6, that might be like $10. Then you got 3 pairs of drumsticks. You know, if you bought them all at retail price, you know, a pair of drumsticks is probably, depending on the size, $7 to $13, $14. And then you've got this bag that you can, from the looks of it, you can attach this practice pad carrying case onto it, and it looks like it'll hold both the stand and the sticks. So I'm actually going to open this up. I'm curious how this kind of all comes together. All right. So cool, yeah. So you've got these 3 little Velcro strips on the back of this practice pad. And then those, I guess, will attach here to the bag, to the carrying case. And then boom, voila, you've got the practice pad attached on there. And you can just rip it off. Boom, like that. That's a really handy feature that they've got. Kind of this all-in-one, like, easy to travel design. All right, so it appears we've got... So I'm going to take this off just so you might be able to see this a little better. So in this bag, there's actually 2 separate pouches. So you could either store one half of the stand in one, I guess, or put both of them in there. But it looks like, and I know this is pretty much impossible. Well, actually, wait, hold on. This thing zips out a little. I might be able to show you. So if you look in here, I don't know how well you can see that, but there's pockets. So there's this big pocket, and then there's this smaller pocket in here. Like I said, I don't know how well you can see that. And then there's another smaller pocket that you could probably put pencils or drum keys. Probably pencils is the best bet to go in there. But let's see. I'm gonna put the drum stand in here. Hold on a second. I know I'm being loud. So I'm gonna put the drum stand in here. And let's see here. So I'm gonna put this in here in this left main pocket, and then I'm gonna stick the other portion of the stand in here. Then I'm gonna take the sticks, put them in the bag, take these drum dampeners, put them in there as well. Cool, and it's got this clip that you can tighten down on top, make sure everything's nice and secure. And I'm not entirely sure what these clips are for. Maybe you can clip something to them, or you might even be able to clip them to like tension rods. I don't know about that, but they've got these two clips here. Oh, it's for the, silly me, it's for the drum pad. So I guess, so you clip these on here, an extra layer of support while you're walking around with this thing so it doesn't fall off. You clip it on. All right, let's get this trash out of here. Throw that blade. Yeah, I mean, so this is a pretty cool total package when you think about not only do you get the practice pad, you get the sticks, you get the stand, and you get, you know, the bags for all of it, and you can easily move all of it. You know, that's one thing, like with practice pads and like moving practice spaces, whether it be to school and back. It's kind of a pain sometimes to haul some of this stuff because the bags that you have aren't necessarily meant for it. I remember taking like snare stands to school and putting them in my backpack, which is a pain because I'd have all my textbooks in there, and then it'd be super uneven because, you know, obviously the stands aren't perfectly shaped, and then like trying to fit a practice pad in there, and it's just super convenient to have one bag, and you know, you can put your sticks in here as well. So first impressions, I'm actually pretty impressed by all of this, and there's even like backpack straps on the back of this thing to where you know, you can put it on your back, which is another pretty handy feature. Or like you've got this little strap here, so where you could maybe clip it onto something, or you know. So you know, this seems pretty cool. First initial impressions without even touching anything so far, it looks pretty awesome. But now I'm gonna go kind of change the scenery a little bit, get rid of this table, and set this up and kind of do a first impressions on the playing end of things. So let's change the scenery. All right, so we got a little bit of a change of scenery here. I'm now sitting down, well, I was before, but I'm now sitting down without the table in front of me, and we got this Donner practice pad and stand out. So I'm gonna unclip this guy right here. And I realized I never even looked at the sticks or the pad because they're all bagged, but I'm gonna do that in just a second, obviously. Get that Velcro off, unhook this. All right, now let's set up this stand, okay? So off the bat, stand's a little finicky, but honestly, I don't mind that this is a little hard to move. It just means that when you tighten it down, it's not going anywhere, which, you know, is a good thing to have as a feature. Cool, so the base seems pretty sturdy, and let's go ahead. Now, one of the most important parts is this mechanism here for the angle adjustment and how sturdy that is. So let's see, I feel like on a lot of cheaper stands, it's really hard to get this thing straight. So I'm gonna try my best. Okay, cool. So, biggest thing I'm noticing about the stand so far is that some of these parts are a little harder to move. They're kind of stiff. But again, I guess on one end, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Because that essentially is going to mean that it's not really going anywhere. So it feels pretty sturdy, you know, especially if we're going to consider the price. I didn't tighten this enough down here. But yeah, I mean, it seems pretty sturdy. And let's go ahead and look at this pad. All right, so it kind of got that rigid shape to it, not a perfect circle, but got those edges. Now, I'm really curious to how this feels. I don't think I've ever felt a practice pad like this. So I'm gonna put this in the stand and tighten this up. Now, one thing I am noticing is I'm trying to tighten this lever here, or not lever, but as this, I guess this nut down here, as I'm trying to tighten this up for the stand. It is kind of moving, right? You can see it's kind of doing that a little bit. So just one thing, and it's also kind of moving that adjustment for the angle a little. That was a little tough to do, no lie. As far as angle adjustment goes, it seems pretty level. And I think this is the highest the stand goes. No, I lied big time. So this is the highest the stand goes, which actually is high enough for me, which is a good thing. I'm about 6 foot on the dot, so I guess you can keep that in mind. Sitting down is about perfect height. Now let's go take a look at these drumsticks. So this is another thing I'm really curious about. I'm very interested how this pad feels to begin with. Like I said, I've never really felt anything like it. Just to the touch, it's kind of really slick. So, like I said, I've never really played on anything exactly like this. So I'm very interested to see how this feels. I'm also very interested to see how these feel, because a lot of times these cheaper sticks aren't the best feeling. All right, so they're kind of light. You know, you might be able to pick up. Not necessarily the best weight matching. Right, so honestly though, these aren't bad sticks. I'd probably say, you know, I'm gonna go try these other 2 pairs, but my first inclination would be, honestly, this pad feels pretty good, but maybe a different pair of sticks. We'll see though, we'll see. They still got 2 more pairs. All right, so these are pretty high pitched actually. Okay, so honestly, these don't feel that bad. Like I said, they're not exactly the most pitch matched sticks, but you could probably get some good use out of them, especially if you're practicing drum set at home or something. Like, I feel like you could get some pretty good mileage out of these things, because they don't feel too bad. They're just not the best pitch matched. And I mean, that goes for the pair before. They don't feel that bad, really. In terms of pitch matching, though, they're not as accurate as maybe the drumsticks you would buy usually. But you know, that's kind of to be expected, right? The main item here is going to be the pad and the stand, and the sticks are really, in my opinion, just an added bonus. And I think it's really cool that they include them, because you are set up from the go, or because you're set up from the get-go, rather, you know, to go in and practice. All right, so we got one more set of sticks here. Oh yeah, so these boys are hollow. Whoa. So these are not even close in pitch matching, which you can probably hear. I don't know how well you can hear it, but to me it's pretty obvious. So, okay, like I said, I'm not expecting a whole lot from the drumsticks, but I'm actually pretty impressed with this feel, with the feel of this pad. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go grab a couple different pairs of sticks that I would normally use, and test them out on this pad just to see what I'm kind of thinking. Okay, so I've picked out some sticks that I might more normally use. To start, for drum set, I really like these American Jazz models from Vic Firth. So these are the AJ2s. Yeah, so honestly, I really kind of enjoy the feel of this pad. It's got actually a nice amount of rebound. Like I can feel my sticks kind of coming back up. You know, like if I'm just kind of making some stuff up, I can really feel the rebound. Yeah, so this is a fun pad to play on with. You know, I got these Vic Firth AJ2s, you know, a little bit better sticks, and really the pad feels pretty great, honestly, which I'm impressed by. I wasn't expecting the pad, especially based off of this this kind of slick surface, to have so much rebound. And it feels pretty soft on the hands too. It doesn't feel too incredibly hard. So I'm I'm a fan of this thing so far. So those were AJ2s. This is a pair of Coopermans. So if you're doing more concert style stuff, these are the Mike Rosen number 6s. I actually normally use the Vic Firth Ted Atcats. I don't know how you say his last name. I normally use those, but I can't find them. So I'm going to be using these. I think it's a little bit of Tompkins too. It's been so long since I've honestly looked at any concert snare drum stuff. For this, like for drum set and concert snare drum right now, I actually really enjoy this pad. It's pretty articulate, but it's also not crazy loud, which is really nice. Yeah. All right, so as a lot of you know, I think my main kind of area of percussion that I really focus in is the marching percussion stuff. So I've got these Vic Firth STH4s, the Tom Hannah Beast Stick, and just going to hack around a little bit and see what this feels like with these. So that was a little bit of a Crown GMU exercise called Hop. In my first impressions from playing on this thing, whether it be marching stuff, whether it be concert stuff, whether it be drum set stuff, I actually really enjoy it. It's not too loud, it's got a softer feel, but there is a good amount of rebound. I'm actually really impressed by this thing. As a full package, you've got the stand, you've got the pad, you've got the bags to carry it all. This thing feels pretty good. I'm actually impressed because a lot of these cheaper drum pads, quite honestly, feel awful. And that is not the case with this. I think this is a really good kit for anyone starting out. Really, the only thing I'd say is the sticks, right? The sticks aren't the greatest. They're not pitch matched super well. They don't feel the greatest. But at the same time, if you kind of weigh what you're getting, to me the sticks aren't as important because the pad and the stand and the case are the things that typically run you a lot of money. If you were to buy it all separately, you're looking at $100 plus tax there. You got $59.99 on Amazon for this guy. And honestly, I think it's worth it just because you get it all. Again, huge thanks to Peter from Donner for sending this kit my way. They've been super friendly to work with, and I could not thank them enough. Like I said, I think this is worth it for the money. You're getting it all. I'll drop the link to this kit in the description box below. If you've really enjoyed this content, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of those kind of things, and help support me making more of these videos in the future. Thanks, everyone. Happy drumming.